Okay. Back with another crime time. Crime time. Fucking time. Come on. Lock in. Lock the fucking, please. Please lock the fucking. Man dismembers wife. Calls 911 to say she's still blinking. Man dismembers wife. Calls 911 to say she's still blinking. Wow.
I need to know. Did he cut her into little bitty pieces?
I checked on her tonight, and she's not dead.
They will shoot you if they see you.
She's been frozen for 2 days. She's frozen.
God damn, frozen?
It's amazing she's still alive.
Huh?
It's the middle of the night in Springfield, Tennessee, when a dispatcher takes one of the most chilling 911 calls ever recorded. A man is calling to report that he killed his wife, but the call takes a sudden and shocking twist when he reveals the true reason for his call. In a case doomed to end in sudden tragedy, police and first responders must rush into this dreadful situation to discover the truth and find the suspect before he strikes again.
Okay, so first thing first, right? If there's a nigga, right, who kills you in GTRP and or tries to kill you and he thinks that you're dead and he's on the phone and calls the cops, that's a scary motherfucker. That's a scary motherfucker, bro. And whatever you do, act dead. No, real shit. Not even trying to be funny. Just act dead. Even if you're not dead, he think you dead, act dead, my nigga. Cause that's a scary nigga. If he's calling the cops to see I killed my wife, do you know how crazy that sounds? The dispatcher's probably listening like, what the fuck?
No, just lock it down now. Joe may be coming to get you.
The stillness of a quiet night is broken at 2:45 a.m. on the morning of November 7th, 2014, when a bone-chilling call comes into 911.
911 location of your emergency.
Yeah, Springfield, Tennessee. It's right behind Oakland Farms.
Okay, what's going on?
All right, this is what's happened. Been married 12 years. On the 4th, which would have been 2 nights ago at 4 a.m.
And he's talking very nonchalant. Like the nigga he has a sore voice. The nigga not screaming, he not panicking. The nigga's like, yeah, well, 12 years of marriage, it's been 2 days. The nigga is like, yo, he over this shit. Like, yo, bring me to jail now. Like, no cap.
I shot my wife in the temple of her head.
This detail, combined with the man's oddly calm demeanor, are already eerie enough. But it's what the man says next that is truly terrifying.
I thought I killed her, and I put her in the freezer out in the garage. When I checked on her tonight, and she's not dead.
Wait, huh?
Got a big hole in the temple of her head, and to get her body moved around in there, I think I broke her wrist. She was frozen from being in the thing. She's been in this thing 48 hours now.
And she's still alive? Wow.
No crank call. I need somebody to get out there and help her out.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Bro. Could you imagine like what the dispatcher is like is imagining right now? What she thinking? She's like, bro, what? She didn't even say nothing, like, cause you know how like dispatch usually be like, okay, where you located, sir? Whatever, like, is like she's like letting a nigga talk. She probably, yo, bro, if I'd have heard some shit like that, nigga, I'd have called some of you niggas around me. Yo, bro, listen to what this nigga got to say, bro. I think we got a crazy motherfucker on the line. But us.
I've cleared the premises. I've got away. I'm not going to be there. But I promise you this is a legit call, and I need somebody to get out there and help her, because I still love her. It's hard to believe that after that, but...
that nigga don't love her. That nigga capping.
The call is coming from 45-year-old Joseph Parker, and the woman he claims to have shot is his wife, Samantha.
Okay, what happened that caused you to do that?
It's a long story. Don't want to get into it.
Hey, get into it now, my nigga. You might as well now, my nigga.
Somebody out there to help her.
Shit.
I left the front door open. I left all the lights on in the house.
God damn, nigga. What if a burglar come in, nigga? Yo, I was watching I Survived. Yo, bro, you wouldn't understand. Yo, you wouldn't imagine, my nigga. Yeah, it was some lady, right? It was some girl. She was walking home. You feel me? Some nigga snatched her up, right? Boom. And you know, assaulted her, whatever the case may be. You know that shit, right? He left her alone, right? She was walking home after that, like she was in shock, but she walking in the crib, like she's trying to walk to the house. She's trying to walk to her crib. Another nigga snatched her up. The same day. I said, what the fuck? I ain't gonna lie, I thought it was a skit. My nigga. I thought they was capping, bro. But bro. I said, nah, my nigga. Shit was crazy. What if this could have been another case like that? See, he left the door open and somebody come in and, you know? People was crazy, my nigga, real shit. I won't, yo.
She's in the garage. You go through the kitchen to get into the garage. And you'll see her once you get in the garage. And she's a mess. She can't talk. Just get her to blink. Blink once means yes. Blink twice means no.
That nigga know everything.
These horrifying specifics are almost too ghastly to believe, especially for those who know the Parkers, like their friend Barbara, who was over at the house the previous afternoon to borrow a tea pitcher. In her statement to the police, Barbara shares that Joseph told her that his wife was sick with a migraine. Barbara said that she'd looked in the bedroom to find Samantha lying on the bed, facing the wall and covered in a blanket. Barbara further tells the police that she seemed to be asleep.
I thought she'd been dead 2 days. And when I checked on her, she was still alive. She's been frozen for 2 days. She's frozen.
Nah, that's crazy.
Amazing. She's still alive.
That is insane, bro.
It was a 38 caliber handgun.
That's crazy.
And there's a big hole in the temple of her head. I didn't see an exit wound.
And how long ago did you leave there?
An hour ago.
And that's the last time you saw her?
Yes, that's the last time I saw her.
And she was still in the garage?
Yes, she's still in the garage.
That's old. Nah, yo, you don't understand how OD that is, my nigga. Like, yo, bro, your wife, your Trent was good. Your wife, my nigga, like, and then you have the nerve and the audacity to say, yo, I'm trying to make her feel comfortable after you just shot her in a fucking temple? Nigga, what? After you left her in the fucking freezer for 2 days? Nigga, what? And you calling the cops talking about some, yo, I found out she was alive and I'm trying to make her feel as comfortable as I can. Nigga, what the fuck? Like, are you battling something? Are you bipolar or some shit? Like, are you having some issues? Cause that's not.
Water,
And then you feeding her water?
She's in bad shape. Really need to get slammed.
She's in bad shape because of you, my dog.
It's crucial for the dispatcher to get as much information as possible from Joseph, but he makes it clear that there are some things he's not willing to share.
Okay, what is your name?
My name is Joe. I'm just leaving it there. Don't want to get arrested tonight and all that.
Nigga said tonight.
Don't have a history of domestic disputes.
Oh.
Never had to call.
Oh, but they gonna see that motherfucker. They gonna see that wallpaper. Hey, I tell you, they gonna see that picture frame, wall frame, something. That definitely got, yo. If y'all married, y'all definitely gonna, you know. Hey, so they gonna find you out sooner or later, like they did already. Shit, I'm chilling, bro.
We just had a real bad night a couple of nights ago and got myself in trouble. So anyway, really need somebody to get out there and help her.
While Joseph doesn't want to give away his location, police will soon learn that his background is relatively clean. The only blemish to his record is a drug possession arrest from 1987, when he would have only been 20 years old.
Nigga said 1987 for weed?
I still love her. I've loved her every day I've been married to her. She's had a rough stretch here.
To that end, it will soon come to light that Joseph recently lost his job as a car salesman
Oh, that's
at
why.
Rivergate Toyota in Metro
Oh, that's why.
Nashville.
The nigga
Joseph's
crashed.
Former co-workers would later recall in exclusive interviews with Ewu how he changed in the last months of his employment.
He was really quiet. He was kind of weird. He was a salesperson, so he did talk to people.
Yo, I wonder if that's how people at my job think of me, my nigga. Like, no funny shit, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I don't really talk to niggas at my job. Like, I do, but not really. You feel me? Like, I be doing my work. I wonder if they think that. I wonder if they be like, dude, how the fuck is niggas weird cause they don't want to talk to y'all? Nigga, I don't want to talk to y'all. I'm just there to work. I don't want to speak to nobody. The fuck? How am I weird for that if I don't want to speak to nobody? Now, he was a weird nigga. Yes, for that. For sure. Because, you know, he did what he did. So that's what makes him weird. But it doesn't make him weird to not speak to nobody, nigga. I don't even want to speak to nobody when I'm at my job. I want to do my job and get the fuck out.
We knew something was going on with him, but it was unusual behavior, but it just grew over time.
I think he had a lot of money stress on him. He'd gotten behind on their mortgage. So I think he had a lot of weight on his shoulders that was getting to him.
Nah, nigga.
Indeed, Joseph's stepdaughter would later say that the home was in foreclosure. Could these economic pressures have led to an explosion of violence?
So what? You shoot your wife and then what? You get the money? Is that the case? You shoot your wife and then you what? You get her money? But who says you even on the will? Like people be doing that shit, and then like who says you're on the will? You feel me? And I never understood why niggas kill people for money, bro. That shit crazy to me. All the money in the fucking world, and you trying to do that? That's the hardest thing to do. That's not in my line. I feel like killing your loved one or killing somebody for money is the hardest thing to do, my nigga. That us.
Anyway, checked on her and she's still alive. And now I want to get her somebody to help her that knows what they're doing. And I got to stay out of trouble too. So.
Okay, we'll send somebody out there.
What was your first name?
I'm not gonna give you.
Yeah,
my
I'm
name,
not giving you my name, motherfucker.
That's fine.
You ain't about to come to my crib, nigga. Fuck you talking about. I don't know if you could track me or whatever, nigga. Fuck, nigga. You over here talking about doing that? You shooting your wife and shit, putting her in freezers? Nigga, you over here trying to get my name? I'm not giving you my fucking name. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Fuck, you not about to find me, nigga. I don't know you. You could be some crazy motherfucker. Shit, I go home, nigga. You in front of you in my crib, standing over me like this. Like you was on the phone, right? Fuck that. Nah, nigga.
Okay.
Joseph's
Fuck
call
no.
to 911 is over, and he's left more than enough details for police to investigate. They'll find, however, that he didn't tell them everything. And there's more to this grotesque story than anyone could have imagined. Police arrive at the house at 2:45 in the morning, and as they peer through the garage windows, they have the first confirmation of Joseph's grisly details when they see red hair peeking out from blankets and protruding from the top of a freezer. Even before they make an entry, a be on the lookout report goes out to the Metro Nashville area for Joseph Parker, said to be driving a white Toyota Camry.
Oh, GG's.
The idea that Joseph could be anywhere is unnerving, even for his sister Patty, who later talks to an investigator.
I refuse to leave the house. I know Joe's going to call me. I feel like he's been outside our house that night. My husband saw a white car, a strange car in our driveway. We're not in the kind of neighborhood.
I ain't gonna lie though. If I'm the sister nigga and you and I'm hearing that my brother just killed his wife, nigga, I don't trust you neither, nigga. Fuck. I ain't about to trust you if you can do that to your wife and mad you can do the family. Real shit.
You just pull up there.
Is Joseph merely planning to make a clean getaway, or does he have more nefarious intentions in mind? At 3:23 a.m., police enter the house to find it clean and spotless. There's no trash anywhere, and every trash can has been emptied.
Damn.
It strikes officers as a clear attempt to destroy evidence. But there are other odd discoveries in store that don't seem to be directly related to a crime.
Have y'all known that he's OCD?
Not that bad. Hit over 1,000 chapsticks.
Yeah.
But it's in the garage that the police learn the disturbing truth behind Joseph's 911 call. They find Samantha Parker frozen to the touch inside the freezer with a gunshot wound to the left side of her head.
That's OD.
She is completely unresponsive, which is a stark contrast to the way Joseph described the situation to 911.
She can't talk. I just give her a blink. Blink once means yes, blink twice means no.
The police search the residence for signs of blood, but find nothing other than possible small blood stains on the floor and carpet.
Damn.
That is, until they reach the bedroom and find a large blood stain on the mattress. Strangely enough, the pillows and sheets are completely clean.
Okay, she was shot in the bed, in the head.
I don't know where she was shot.
They took half the bed.
We took out, we didn't take half the bed.
The mattress.
We took out a piece of mattress about like this right here.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
blood. That was the
Where-
blood.
That's
No
crazy.
bullet hole.
Not in her head.
No bullet hole in the mattress anywhere.
The police are a long way from determining what exactly happened between the Parkers at this residence, but soon, new clues come in regarding Joseph's whereabouts. Investigators ping Joseph's cell phone only 12 miles from his residence near the interstate. At 3:42 a.m., dispatch calls Joseph back, and he tells them he's going to Chattanooga to visit some friends. The Bolo
What?
is updated with the new information. If Joseph has more scores to settle, it's vital that police catch up to him as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, at the house, police realize that Joseph wasn't finished with Samantha after shooting her.
Now, here's what I've heard. Oh, he cut off her hand. Specifically, he told me he cut off her ankle. I've been told she's been chopped into little bitty pieces. Did he cut off? I need to know. Did he cut her into little bitty pieces?
He did not cut her into little bitty pieces.
What was her head still on her body?
Oh, yeah.
Were her arms?
God damn.
Her arms were still.
Have you sold your soul? What the fuck? What kind of question is that?
Attached. Her legs had some work done to them.
Okay, was it an anger work, or I've got to get her in the freezer work? I know it was like both, but I don't know if I asked that right.
Yeah, I don't know that I can answer that. You're asking me what he was feeling when he cut her up. I don't know.
Was it a range of anger? Did he cut her legs into little big pieces or cut?
No.
So she was not sliced up bit by bit.
There was.
Why she want to know that?
Okay, another thing.
One.
Why?
She might be in 5 pieces.
Okay, that's what I mean.
Legs, but her hands is what I could tell. Now she's folded up in there, so it's kind of hard to see.
Okay,
But
thank you.
I think maybe 2 cuts to each leg, or 2 cuts to one leg and 1 cut to the other.
Okay.
Police may not know all there is to know about what happened here, but they know enough to realize they're dealing with a violent and severely disturbed fugitive. Unfortunately, even with his name added to the Tennessee Top 10 Most Wanted list, Joseph proves to be elusive. It's only in hindsight that police learn that he checked into a hotel in Goodlettsville for a few hours. But it's when Patty gets a phone call that this domestic homicide threatens to grow into something far more tragic.
So that's how
Yeah, no, not yet. Not yet, bro.
Who I know very well, or have known over the years through Joe. You know, if you've lock it down now. Joe may be coming to get you.
Did Joe ever say anything to you to make you think that?
Somewhere in the morning, I got a phone call saying that Joe was going to Rivergate Toyota to take out Troy. I was medicated, prescription.
Yeah. So you don't recall who told you that?
For some reason, no, I don't. But to backtrack on that, UPS shootings a month ago, my best friend runs UPS in Birmingham, and the guy that killed those people had just been fired, and he was after
Fuck
her.
no.
Yeah.
And so in my head, I was thinking, Joe can't hurt anybody else, and I was actually trying to help those people.
Right.
Okay.
Joseph's former co-workers at Rivergate Toyota would later recall the horror of that day.
Someone I believe it was somebody on his side of the family told to warn us he was headed that way. I was scared. I was in fear.
Shit.
I really was. I was worried that he might be parked his car down the road and walked back up to the lot. And there was little sheds and buildings of all kinds at the old dealership. He could have got in and hid. Or if he'd have pulled in on the lot. Everybody knew Joe. They didn't hate Joe. He could have easily pulled on the lot, got out, and just went bam, bam, bam. You know, we wouldn't have even questioned why he was there. We thought he'd just come to visit.
The Metro Nashville police send units to guard Rivergate Toyota, but there's no way to know for sure what Joseph plans to do next.
The guy that got the phone call said that he said this all started when I lost my job there. So he was going to come and take care of the person that fired him for one, and the rest of us. And we're like, we didn't have anything to do with it, but okay. And then we weren't sure.
Oh yeah, that's a seed. Yeah, get that nigga off the streets. That's a nigga need to get off the streets, my nigga. No cap. See, losing your job is one thing. You feel what I'm saying? Shooting your wife is one thing. You feel what I'm saying? But now, when you start doing all this other shit, when you start trying to go after coworkers who have nothing to do with you getting fired and shit, it's like, all right, come on, my nigga. Like, real shit, come on, gang.
He was going to be aiming for.
Well, we had 2 entrances to this dealership, and what they did was lock the back gate so that only made one entrance in and out. And we had police undercover sitting back there in their cars watching people come on the lot. They were doing the best that they could. We had people set up across the street videoing.
But despite the rumors, Joseph never shows up at his old workplace. It remains a case full of unknowns, and the biggest question of all is what might have driven Joseph to kill his wife in the first place.
We think, here's what we pieced together as the detectives that we are. That's a joke. That he killed her sometime 10 o'clock Tuesday night and they had been fighting all day because it was Mackenzie's birthday, and Mackenzie's mother has never not called her, and there was a text sent from Sam's phone to Mackenzie, a birthday text.
Right.
From her mother to her only child. There's a lady in Samantha's neighborhood named Karen, and she texted Karen Tuesday night and said, "I've got to go somewhere. He's crazy." The text, she knows she's gonna die. She knows she's gonna die.
Wow.
And we feel like that on the 3rd, Tuesday night, Joe saw that text. "I'm gonna go to an attorney. I gotta get away from him. Can I come to your house?" Begging. I haven't slept. I need a hot shower. Text. And we feel like Joe read that text, and that's when he killed her, because there was a text sent back from Sam's phone that said, "Oh, I've decided to stay here tonight. Everything's going to be okay."
But even as both Joseph and the reasons behind his madness remain elusive, his sister learns that afternoon that the madness is not over yet.
At 3:13, my home phone rings, and I look at it, and I went, "Oh," and if you've heard the 911 tape, Joe was so calm and so cool, it was extremely eerie. I picked up the phone and said, "Oh my God, Joe, are you okay?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What are you doing? What's going on? Whatever you've done, I forgive you. Tell me where you are. I will have somebody come and get you. I will come and get you myself. Are you in Alabama?" He said, "No, Patty, I'm just driving around." I said, "Okay." I said, "Joe, what happened?" He said, "Well, I shot her in the head, but she was asleep, and she didn't feel anything. And then I tried to put her in the freezer, but her ankle, I had to cut off her ankle because she wouldn't fit in there with her ankle. And then it really made a big mess, Patty, and it took me a really long time to clean it up."
But even as Joseph makes his second confession of the day, Patty notices a stark disconnect between what he's admitting to and his seeming inability to understand the full ramifications of his actions.
And I said, "Joe, did you chop her up and put her in the freezer?" He said, "Now, Patty, I'm not going to tell you that." I said, "Okay. Do you have a gun?" "Yes." "Where is it?" "It's in my lap." "Take the gun and unload it." "I'm not going to do that. Not going to prison. Can't do that." "How is she?" "Joe, she's dead." "Oh, they didn't get to her in time? They couldn't help her?" "No, Joe, she died. You cut her up and you put her in the freezer. You just told me that." I said, "Put the gun in the seat. If you're not going to unload it, put it in the passenger seat." "Okay, I'll do that for you." "You swear, Joe?" "Yes, I swear." "So is Samantha dead?" "Yes, Joe, she's dead. So they didn't get to her in time?" "No, Joe, you just told me you shot her. I just told you she's dead."
At the house, the crime scene investigators remove Samantha's body from the house and deliver her to the medical examiner while still in the freezer. The autopsy report reveals that her lower leg was amputated. Her right foot was cut between the toes, and she had a gunshot wound in her temple.
God damn.
There was another entry wound in her right arm, and police realized that this was the reason there was no bullet hole in the mattress. They theorized that she was indeed asleep, her arm tucked under her head when Joseph shot her on that fateful night.
And for her to still be alive was crazy.
Put your hands up and go in and tell them who you are. "Why? Is anybody looking for me?" "Yes, Joe. In the state of Tennessee, you're on the #1 list. They will shoot you if they see you. They will kill you." "Well, I'm not going to prison."
After those final words, the phone line goes dead. But even as law enforcement begins to converge on Joseph's position, he calls Patty back. perhaps knowing that this would be the last time he would ever get to speak to his sister.
Yeah, he said, sorry about that, we got disconnected. I'm almost in Kentucky and I hit a rough spot. I said, so you're on your way to Kentucky? And he said, yeah, I'm 10 miles from the state line. He said, no, they're on to me. There's a white Tahoe behind me. I said, Joe, I said, it's probably not a cop. Just don't speed up. And he goes, oh, it's a cop. He's been following me. I'm just doing everything I could to keep him on line. And in the very end, he said, I heard the sirens. Joe, pull over on the side of the road, open the door, hold your hands out where they can see it. Put your hands over your head. I'm crying. Joe, do this, please. Put your hands over your head. Get out of the car. They will help you. We will get you some help. I will visit you. They will help you. Whatever I can do to talk them out of this.
It's been at least 12 hours since Joseph made his original 911 call, but when police catch up to him on Interstate 65 in Kentucky, he's only about 30 miles away from his house. The goal is to take him in without incident, but unfortunately, Joseph Parker has decided this is the end of
What,
the
the
line.
nigga shot himself in the head?
The details of Joseph's
Nigga shot himself, right? Hold on.
murder of Samantha underscore his capacity for cold ruthlessness, which means the cops must exercise the utmost caution as they approach the vehicle. But even with their careful approach and desire to end this manhunt peacefully, they cannot stop the tragic, violent ending.
And he said, Patty, I love you, and I'm sorry. Well, I guess it's time now. Gotta go.
Police converge on the idle Toyota, but when they open the doors, they see that force won't be necessary. Joseph has taken his own life, using the same .38 caliber handgun he used on Samantha. Inside the car, police find a mirror with a white substance on it along with a short straw. This evidence coincides with the toxicology report, which shows Joseph had a host of strong medications in his system. While the manhunt doesn't end the way police would have liked, the finality of it is welcome news to the terrified employees of Rivergate Toyota.
Not to be cruel, but that was kind of relief.
Joseph's sudden burst of murderous violence would leave a lasting impact on those who knew him.
That isn't something that you just get over. You hear about it, you worked with him, and to the degree of where he went with all this was just, it scared you. It just scared you.
But unfortunately, the root cause, the true reason behind Samantha's murder, remains a mystery.
Everybody's just like, why?
But my dad...
I thought somebody asked me that, my wife asked me, said, what happened? I said, a freaking wire come loose in his head or something.
Samantha Parker was 44 years old at the time of her death.
Wow. What a fucking... W video though, I'm not gonna lie. W video, horrible ending, bro. I don't know what the fuck be wrong with people. Sometimes I don't be understanding, bro. I don't understand. I never understood what be wrong with niggas, bro. Real shit, bro. Niggas is crazy. Niggas do that and then just kill themselves. That shit, it never made sense to me, bro. Never made sense.